So we are doing the final we're doing the final day of 2A, and this is intersection of planes and geometric figures. Your objectives are going to be: you will understand the characteristics of a plane, you will be able to identify the intersections of a plane with other geometric figures, and you will be able to identify the intersection of parts of a three-dimensional object. All right, planes. A plane is a flat surface or a two-dimensional object stretching to infinity in all directions. So even though it just looks like a simple figure, it actually goes on in every direction infinitely. So keep that in mind. All right. So let's say we had another plane that intersects it. The intersection of two planes will be a line. So not a segment, a line. So when you write this, like let's say I named this AB. Right, so we would write it, this is the correct way, as AB, not AB. Because what this means is line AB, this means segment AB. And because these are planes, they go on forever. So regardless of what your figure looks like, if it's referred to as a plane, the intersection will be a line, not a segment. All right, so now let's say we have a line that's intersecting a plane. The intersection of a plane and a line, or a segment that's not on the plane, is going to be a point. So in that case, that point is right there. All right, so both of those are extremely important to know, and I just wanted to put that in there. It's really easy to understand, but sometimes a little visual representation helps a little bit. All right, so now let's identify the intersection of sides of a geometric figure. So first, let's name a segment that's parallel to AB. So here we have AB. What segment would be parallel? Well, in this case, if you look, there's really only one, and that's CD. So that would be segment CD, because notice it said name a segment. All right, so now name the intersection of segments EC and EA. So we have EC and EA. What's the intersection of those two? Well, if you look down here, they're going off in other directions, so they're never going to intersect this way, but they do intersect at point E. So that would be your answer for that one. And finally, name the intersections of planes ABCD and DEB. So there's plane ABCD, there's plane DEB. And what's the point that they have in common? In this case, it would be line BD. So remember, even though this is a figure, it asks the intersection of planes, and planes stretch infinitely in each direction. So the intersection would be line BD. All right, so let's try one with a little bit harder of an object. So now we say name two segments that are parallel to segment AB. So here we have segment AB. All right, and name at least two other segments. There's actually three. All right, so you're going to be looking for segments that follow the same path. So in this case, we have CD, we have EF, and we have HG. So all of those segments are parallel to AB. It only asks you to name two, so any two of those would be acceptable. All right, so name the intersection now of, come on, there we go. So name the intersection of segments CA, so right there, and segments AB. So see what I'm doing here? This can be helpful to you when you have the figure on your paper. Say, okay, where do they intersect? They intersect right there at point A. So you can see how that might be something that would be helpful for you to do on a quiz or a test. And then name the intersection of planes ABCD. So that's this plane here. And DBFG. So that's this one here. So for this, what I like to do, if it's a more difficult figure, is I like to kind of do some kind of shading on there so I know which two sides I'm talking about. And if you look, they both share DB or BD. You can write it either way. So and the intersection again is a line. So be aware of that. All right, so finally, if you're unsure what you're being asked, try drawing the figures for help. Like if I said the point of intersection of two planes would be what? And you're not sure what that means. So say, okay, well, I've got one plane here, and then I got another plane here, where would they intersect? They'd intersect along here, and what is this? So sometimes drawing a figure helps. If the figure is given and you aren't sure, try highlighting or shading the parts that you're being asked about, like I did in the last example. And that's it. Have a good week.